can talk about this now. Drinking from my not so scary cuppy. I didn't want to show that in the first video because I was like, what if it didn't launch yet? All right, can we talk about everything that happened yesterday? And I'm just so excited for you to go through this, that you can kind of plan out your day the way that I plan out mine, and how the daily grind was literally created, how I map out my day every single day, how I have this no BS approach to actually getting stuff done. And I don't kid myself. So you guys are going to see that throughout, the next 30 some days of goal setting together, of going through your life and overhauling all of the things. But if you're listening to this right now and you haven't yet done your top 10 goals from yesterday, pause me, go back and do that. This really isn't one of those things that's going to serve you if you're just kind of mindlessly listening and multitasking and doing the things. I really want you to sit down, make this a part of your daily routine where we hang out, where I give you the tough love, you have your notebook, and you're actually moving the needle for yourself. So you've got your goals. You wrote out 10 things that you really, really, really want to achieve yesterday. You wrote out the deadline for it, you chunked them, and hopefully you took a bite out of one of those needle moving activities. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to show you how the daily grind came to be. The daily grind is something that I do for my team every single day. I go live for them. I talk about branding. I talk about goal setting. We get into some tough love. And the way that it came to be was that it's literally how I map out my day. I don't really use a planner. And if I was to ever create a planner, this is what it would look like. Because I don't have all the fluff. I just have needle moving activities that get me closer to the goals that actually matter to me. And I will tell you one thing, the most easy way to be unhappy in this world is to have lofty goals of things that you want more than anything in the world, and for your actions to not align with those goals. It is the most frustrating place to be. I have been there in my life where you ultimately feel like you're in limbo and you're not moving the needle on anything and you don't know which way is up. It's not a fun place to be. Our goal for you is that you are ultimately aligning your actions daily with the stuff that you legit want in life. Like, no BS, the stuff that moves the needle for you, that matters to you. It might not matter to anybody else, but it matters to you. And I want you to know, in this, we're going to get really real. I don't want you to feel bad about your goals. If it matters to you, anything that was ever great, we're talking like Disney or any of these amazing stories that you've ever heard, there was always some resistance to that greatness. You want to know why? Because it was different. So if whatever you're going to do right now, if you're starting a side hustle, when I started my business 7 years ago, there was some resistance. Trust me, there was question marks all around me. But I knew what I wanted. Was it hard to stay focused and really believe in myself? Yes. That's why not everybody achieves their goals. But our goal for you is that you can stay so dang focused and move the needle for 31 days that you're unstoppable at the end of the month, that you're like, no, this is what I'm doing. And I slayed this last month and I want to do it again. So you've got your top 10 goals, whatever they might be. They range from your health goals to monetary to whatever you want to achieve at the end of the month. Here's what we're going to do though. And this is how you're going to build your to-do list every day. This is kind of going to become your morning routine. You're going to write out those top 10 goals. And you'll see that it's not that easy to write out the stuff that you really, really want, because it takes some thought. And I would definitely say to go from all categories, whether it's relationship-wise and friendship or, community building or your side hustle and the things that you want to grow on social media or online, or build a website or have date night with your husband or have quality time with your kids, or buy, I gave this example, buy your daughter a bike for Christmas, whatever that looks like. But what are those top 10 goals? And every single day, this is number one, every single day, you're going to rewrite out these top 10 goals. And you're not going to look at the day prior. That's why I said you need a notebook for this. Like, even just a little notebook like this. And you're going to write out your top 10 goals. And you're not going to look at the day prior. Now, the cool thing is at the end of 31 days, you can go back and look, and you're going to see how much some of your goals have evolved, how some goals might have fallen off or don't really matter because you have bigger, loftier goals. You might also notice how you tend to dilute certain goals that you might have started the month at. I want to make $1,000 a week by the end of this month, and that's my goal. And by the end of it, you might see that you've diluted it to 500. It's just a great self gut check, but more often than not, you're going to elevate your stuff. And you're going to dream bigger as the month goes on, because you're going to be so on it that you're like, yeah, that's child's play. I've got this. So I want you to rewrite out your top 10 goals today. You don't have to look at yesterday's. I just want you to rewrite them out. What do you really want? 10 things. You might thought of new things. You might be really, really persistent about one thing. For me, the Disney house was on that freaking list every single day. But what do you really want? And even if it's something that might be further away, like a dream home, moving the needle on that. Like, what are 10 things that you really, really want? Then you're going to find what I like to call the needle mover. There's one little guy in there that he's the first domino. He makes everything else happen. So I'll give you an example. So in the beginning, some of my goals were, I want to get fit. I want to be happier. I want to buy my dream home. I want to retire my husband. I want to make X amount of dollars at the end of this month, by the end of this month. I want to help this many people get healthy and fit in my group that I'm doing. And that ultimately became the Fit Gym. That was the key. The Fit Gym and me understanding how to grow my business was the key that unlocked everything else, because I was then accountable. I had to stay on my health grind. I had to help these people and show up for these people every single day. And I had to help new people get started. So my business had to grow. And that was the domino that moved all the others, because I had goals of how many new people I wanted in the Fit Gym. I had goals of how many people I wanted to have an amazing transformation in the Fit Gym. I had my own transformation goals. I had monetary goals. I had social media goals. It all started with that one little domino, the one needle mover. So you got to go through your top 10 to-do list daily. When you do your top 10 to-do list, which one's the needle mover? And just put an asterisk next to it, highlight it, underline it. That's your needle mover. If you can identify your needle mover, you're golden. And you got to get really clear. And again, no BS. What is your needle mover? Then you build your to-do list for the day. So based off of that needle moving activity, so for me, it was creating and building the Fit Gym, which now exists and has helped thousands of people. But in the beginning, my goal was, I want to sign up 100 people this year in the Fit Gym. That was the goal. So my to-do list every single day for that one needle mover, and my to-do list, I only looked at the needle mover, because if that happened, then all the others happened. So my 3 things that I did every single day, which is now the daily grind, my 3 things came from the needle mover. What are 3 little bite-sized goals, little shark bite goals that I can do today? Needle moving, no BS stuff. Not my workout, not read a book that's going to motivate me, not watch a YouTube video that's going to motivate me. Something that actually drives that goal forward. Because it's really comfy and cozy to feel like, the stuff that we should be doing every single day is considered a to-do list. And if you're that person that you write out your goal just to cross it out after, I've been there. We're not doing that here. I want you to write out stuff for your top 3 things that you're going to do today. And that's all that goes on your to-do list, by the way. That's it. You're done your to-do list. 3 things that move you closer to accomplishing that one needle moving goal, that first domino. So I'll give you an example. I wanted to be able to have 100 people sign up into my Fit Gym, which is a virtual Fit Gym. It's still going today, but what was it that would have kicked it off, right? I needed a name for it. I needed some testimonials. And I started writing out things that would move the needle for it. And every day I picked 3 things that were no BS, would actually move the needle. And I did those 3 things first every single day. And once I did that, then I could move on. But that's how I got a hold of the stuff that I actually wanted to achieve. And it's really crazy that that first domino, that needle mover goal, once you start to work on that, all the other 10 start to happen. So that's what I want you to do today. Write out your daily to-do list, your top 3 things, your own daily grind. And I will see you tomorrow for the daily grind. Bye, dudes.
Let's go.